Hello. So, tier list, on my opinion, on the best to worst Juggernauts. Alright? I've been waiting to make this one, but I didn't want to wait too long. I didn't want to wait until, after the update. So, let's just do not Juggernauts. You know, we got Kraken, Aberration, Giant Zombie. Easy enough. Juggernauts. Okay, so, worst Juggernauts. Let's start off. Jack Torance. Jack Torance is awful. He's the worst. Well, no, he's not the worst. Michael is the absolute worst. Michael is the worst killer in the game. The worst killer and worst Juggernaut. He's awful. I've never seen anyone actually play him forcefully, and I've never seen anyone who's accidentally played him kill anyone. And then Jeff is next. Jeff also sucks. He's got his little knife, and he can't do anything. And then Jane's a non-Juggernaut. Like, he's got a tiny little knife. He just slashes it a little bit. He goes pretty fast, but, like, he's no range, and he does no damage. Alien is S tier. Alien is the best, probably, in the game. And Granny, too. Because, hear me out here. Nobody uses Granny, but Granny's OP for camping strats, right? Because the best players, the players who are risky, the players who are gonna play, if you camp up in, like, radioactive area or something, the best players, the riskiest players, will go up there, and you could just plant a bear trap on the teleporter, and they'll get stuck, and you could just kill them. It is the most OP thing ever. Full lobby, like 20 people. 20 people, with some of them being better than I am. I just wiped out the whole lobby except for one person. They pat pistoled, and I lost. I had like 300 health left. Like, Granny is OP, and nobody uses her, because when they do, they use her the wrong way. Like, she's just so underrated. Captain Zombie. Great for wiping out small lobbies. 6, 7 people. Easiest thing in the world. Just rush them. The only thing is that his sword glows, so you can't really hide behind corners, but, I mean, that's fine. Chucky. Chucky is way too overrated. I think he's awful. Because he kind of has range, but he's just doing what Alien's doing. Except he spits out his snakes or whatever, and you can't really take damage from them on the floor. Like, you could take damage from the acid on the floor and the walls. You can't take damage from that. And he takes longer to shoot it out, which is complete, like, the one-hit killers are great. Like, Alien's a one-hit. Pinhead is a one-hit, and Slenderman's a one-hit. Pinhead is perfect if you are in a huge crowd, because crowd control's really hard, especially in big lobbies. And Slenderman's also good for crowd control if you could use him. He's awful for mobile, and that's why I'm putting him down to A, high A. He's awful for mobile. He's the worst killer for mobile, because every 2 seconds his tentacles clap together and you can't move at all. He's impossible to play on mobile. So he goes in A. Eyeless Jack, right? He's not as bad as Torance. He's not as bad as Jeff. And he's not as good as Chucky. Like, he's kind of in between, because he can blind, but he does no damage at all. So he's, like, very low D. Because why would you choose Eyeless Jack when you could choose, like, literally any of those 5 at the top? They're so much better. Fish Face. If you get Fish Face on accident, he's not that bad. Like, you can manage, but you'll still probably lose, because he's not the best. I still think Chucky is probably better than him, though. Actually, I'll move Chucky up to B. Chucky deserves B, because he's not... Fish Face isn't that bad. If you get him, like, you're still set. You'll still be fine, but, like, you're kind of screwed over. Tails. Tails is awesome. Tails is S tier, and I'll tell you why, right? Tails is S tier because he can't hit mines. He cannot hit mines. His only problem is landmine damage. Like, or not landmine damage. His only problem is he doesn't do any damage. Like, he does so little damage. Tails is awful. Tails is absolutely garbage. When it comes to doing damage, he's absolutely garbage, but he's S tier and everything else because his hitbox is like a pixel wide. Like, it is impossible to shoot him. I did a 1v1 with someone recently. Today, I think. Yeah, today. It was like a 1v2 with 2 on shooting. They wiped us out with Tails because I had a shotgun. I had the R870, I think. I think that's the one. I think so. Yeah. I had that. I did 500 damage, and the other person did 39 because we had that shotgun and it's Tails. And 1, you can't see while you're attacking, while you're against Tails. And 2, like, he can't step on mines, so that's like 100 damage you're missing just off of mines. Right? Okay, Freddy Krueger. He is... When he gets his ability, he'll be good, because of the lawnmowers and stuff, but he's not that good. Like, he's better than Eyeless Jack. Is he better than Fishface? I don't know. I think him and Fishface are pretty close, but he's much, much better than Eyeless Jack. Actually, I'll put Fishface low B and him top D because he's just like his claw goes so fast, but he blends in with all the other characters. Like now with all the UGC, you can get pretty much anything for like free, but Jeff's face is still uncommon to see. Like, it's on my Roblox avatar, but, like, it's still really uncommon to see. And you don't see Jack's hair. And his axe is so long that... you know who you're looking for. But if you're with Krueger and you're in a big crowd in the center, nobody's gonna notice it's you. Like, people are, but still. Like, Leatherface. Leatherface is way too overrated because he's so loud. And this is a really weird picture of Leatherface. This is the one on the wiki. But Leatherface is so overrated because he's way too loud. I think he's better than Slender. If you can use Slender, Slender's better. But Leatherface is absolutely... like, he's way too overrated. Because Pinhead can do what he can do better. And you can't really hear Pinhead, right? Like, if Tails didn't have a red glowing thing over his head, he'd be much higher. Because that eliminates you from standing behind a corner, right? Then there's Jason. And Jason, I always have my mouse where Jason is when I'm AFK grinding. And this is just Juggernaut, by the way. I'll do a killer tier list later. But this is Juggernauts, right? So this is Jason, right? Jason is not... he's better than your average, like, sword killer. Like, he's better than, Jack. He's better than, Jeff. He's better than Freddy. Do I think he's better than Chucky? No. Is he better than Fishface, though? I think he is a little bit. Because he swipes... He slashes his sword about as fast as, Jeff does, right? Except his sword is much longer and does more damage, and he blends in with people. Because that hockey mask is popular. Like, it is. It's not like... like, here, take Pennywise, for example, right? Pennywise sticks out so much because 1, the nose, 2, the face, and 3, the hair. You'll see Pennywise everywhere. Like you can tell it's him, even though his clothes blend in. Like, Jason does not do that, right? But, like, Pennywise, the only redeeming quality of Pennywise is that he throws his knife. And if you don't have good aim, like, if you're on mobile, you're screwed. There's no point. There's not even a point in throwing it, even though you're going to throw it accidentally. Like, there is no point in using him. And this is before the Killer's Ability update, by the way. I'm waiting for it. But, like... he's abusable if you can use him, But if you can use him, you can use Slender correctly, and then you just use Slender anyway. Like, I've seen... The only Juggernaut I've seen do Silent Killer is Slenderman. And it wasn't... It like, just random public lobbies. I've only seen someone with Slender do Silent Killer. And I've done Alien before, just prior to it being... I want to do it again. But it was prior to it being like, if you lose health and then kill someone and get the siphon back, like, it was prior to that, and I didn't know, and I never got the badge. I'm so mad about that. But, like, if you can use Pennywise correctly, you can use Slenderman correctly, and that's who you should be using. And by those standards, he's probably in between Jeff and Jack, because he is just absolutely garbage. Rake. I don't like Rake anymore. Since his model change, which was like multiple years ago, I don't like Rake. He's too lanky, and we had a thing going, me and a couple other people. We had a thing going where Rake's worst nightmare was the door, because every time someone would accidentally get Rake, he'd get trapped under a door, right? Like Smile Dog, Rake, and Pinhead. Every time someone played those, they'd get accidentally stuck under a door and die. They'd get crushed. It's so weird to me. Like, if you're going to play Rake or Smile Dog, just play Wendigo. Because Smile Dog's not good anymore, and Rake hasn't been good for a long time. Like, you can use the Fling ability, but that's not going to do anything. And Smile Dog is ridiculously loud. Like, you can hear him from anywhere. Like, just play Tails. You'll be better off playing Tails. So these are probably the hardest to rank, just because they're so different from everyone else. I should probably just give them their own category. But, I don't know. I think, like they're better than Fish Face. I want to put them in low A, but they're not, like, Slenderman tier. Like, they're better than that. I guess I could put Slenderman... Yeah, I guess I'll put Slenderman low S, and he remains high A. No, I think I'll give Chucky a promotion. Chucky can go low A, and Smile Dog can go low A. Rake's not as good as Smile Dog. I'd use Smile Dog over Rake any day. And I'd just use Wendigo over both of them anyways. But, like... Now, Robot, right? You could play Robot, he's good, but everyone just overlooks him. Like, you could find a video on Sal's channel. You can see him playing Robot and dominating the crap out of everyone just because of his, like, weird range. Like, his attack is so much different from everybody else. Like, you have the sword killers, you have the spitting killers, you have Pinhead, who's a little bit different. You have the proximity killers, like Sonic and Tails and, Ghostface. But, like, he's like a proximity killer, but he's range. It's so weird. I guess he's kind of like Fish Face. But I'd say he's better than Jason, definitely. Because you could play him. Like, if you can play him, you can play him and you'll win. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, but I don't recommend him. Like, you could play him and you can win with him. But why would you, right? Because you could play Alien, which is the perfect one. You could play Captain Zombie, who's insane and is getting another ability for no reason to make him even more overpowered. Like, Zombie used to be the best killer by far, and I don't know what happened to him. Like, all of these became better than him, and his, like, nerf made him awful. Like, absolute garbage. He's disgusting. That being said, I think he's still better than Chucky. I wouldn't play him, ever. If I got him on random chance, I'd probably just reset. Because I can't play Zombie. Because Zombie's just weird. He's just a weird dude. Like, just play Captain or Alien, honestly. He is so weird, dude. But, like, I mean, he's not awful by any means. He's just, he is awful, but, like, he can be played still. If you used to play him a lot. Like, if you haven't gotten out of that routine yet, then you're weird, but, like, go for it. Ghostface. Ghostface is garbage. I really hope he gets an update because he has so much potential. He has so much potential for a buff, but he's just garbage. Like, you can't use him. Like, the only time he would be necessary is if you picked up the ray gun that somebody had, and that's really rare chance. And by that logic, you could just capture them with Granny's Bear Trap, or like one-shot them with Alien Slender or Pin. Or like avoid all the damage with Tails. But like, he's just useless. Like, he's really useless. Unless you had a place to bring the guns. But you don't. He's awful. I think he's not below Michael. He's not below Jeff. Jeff and Michael are the worst killers. I recently got killed by Jeff, and I was really embarrassed about that. But, like, he's still awful. Like, he's not as good as Pennywise. Okay, Sonic. Let's talk about Sonic, shall we? Now, Sonic, I used to have pretty high hopes for Sonic, but I saw people get him on random chance. I just thought recently, you know, like, he's just not that good. Like, Tails, his counterpart that came so much later, behind Robot with his own massive room, is just so much better. Like Sonic is lacking. When he's an AI, he's fine, but like nobody can play him as Juggernaut, dude. I'd like to see somebody win in a lobby of randoms with Sonic, because Sonic is so cheeks. Like, he's awful. He's absolute garbage. Now, that being said, Michael is still better. Michael is still worse. Michael is absolutely garbage. I would never play Michael in a million years. Even on accident, I'd just end up resetting. And then finally, Wendigo. As I said, above Rake, above Smile Dog, above Chucky, above Zombie. I think that's a good spot for him. He could be low S, but I think Leatherface is probably better than him. Because think about it this way, right? He's just Rake, but like good. And he attacks really fast. Like, he is quick, right? I just got Killer. I've been AFK on my iPad. I'm gonna play it now. I just got Killer, and I picked Wendigo because Wendigo's just better, right? He's just better. Okay,